Hi, hello. My name's Elizabeth. I'm in ninth grade and I go to George Bush High School, and this is my GT project. The title of my project is Liar, Liar, Head on Fire. How I got this was I've been very interested in like lie detectors because I feel it's like very interesting that you can tell when someone is lying, which is like, very rare to do. So I wanted to see if lying actually changes your body temperature. The goal was to figure out if there was a like large difference when people would tell a lie and in their temperature. What I did was, or my hypothesis. Well, how I got to my hypothesis was I did a little research before. Um, some articles said that impacts the body in different ways. Like it wouldn't completely show if someone was lying because like stress plays a part and where they are can play a part, sweatiness can play a part. Another article said that it causes the brain to work harder. That's what led me to my hypothesis because when you work harder, it can increase your body temperature. My hypothesis was that I think that if a person tells a lie, their body temperature will increase because lying should cause physiological stress leading to changes in skin temperature. So my control variables were temperature of the environment, type of thermometer, number of questions, my method, and the time between the questions. My independent variable was whether the participant was lying or not, and the participant's body temperature after each question was its responding variable. So my procedure was a little different because I didn't want the participants to know that they were getting tested so that it would stay, regular. So I asked 10 people 6 questions, and for each one, they had to lie on 3 of them. I asked them to try to convince me and not exactly to tell me which questions they were lying on to make sure that, it didn't mess up and that they would tell me at the end. So they wrote the questions they were going to lie about so they don't forget it. The materials I needed was a infrared thermometer. I found it easier to use these thermometers because it was less contact with the person, less having to clean up and things. Paper, pen, notebook, a room with a controlled temperature, and 10 participants. I wanted to use more participants, but I could only find 10. I used 5 males and 5 females, and a set of 6 questions and a camera. So, yes, I said this. I told them 3 of the questions to be lies and not for them to tell me. So, um, the results of this were when I had asked, everyone is different. So, some people's temperature went up when they lied, some people's temperature went down, and some people's completely stayed straight the whole time. What I noticed was that some people they took it very serious when I asked them to lie, like they were very locked in, made sure that they weren't moving so their temperature wouldn't change. While some people they were more fidgety and they thought really hard about the lie they were going to tell me. The conclusion was that 60% of the study participants had an increase in body temperature, and 40% of the participants showed no increase. It was a very close number. So, um, the limitations that I realized when I was going through was that some participants experienced slight rises in temperature after lying, and some people had no change or even had a drop in temperature. The evidence showed that body influence, like factors like room temperature, the number of lies, yeah, are not. I already done it. The evidence shows that body temperature changes can somewhat rely on the person themselves and not influenced by factors like room temperature and number of lies. I'm basically saying how some people are different. Like some people are good at lying, some people are bad at lying. Um, it applied to the world. Well, it showed that stress can be associated with lying. So the first paragraph of research was my most, correct research. Um, it showed that stress can be associated with lying, which could have accounted for the 60% of the study population with increase in body temperature, lying 3 times. Um, the use of, yeah. So what I learned at the end of this was that the use of body temperature cannot be a reliable way to tell if someone is lying because everyone is different. There were too many other factors like, personality plays a big role in lying. And yeah, that's my